Katia Elise. My pronouns are she, they. I would identify as Latinx American. I think it's still confirmation in progress, I guess, if you will. Latinx American. My family is Panamanian and Filipino. How else do I identify? I am a free-loving pansexual human in a relationship with a woman. Yeah. Yeah, so I usually, I've kind of found myself collaging a lot just because it was something I kind of fell into for fun, but then something I started doing more and more that I kind of felt like, okay, this is something I find myself doing a lot. I'm going to continue investing into it. So collage and photos, again, it's just because I found myself taking a lot of pictures and being like, oh, this is meaningful to me. So it was just kind of something I was like already doing and then kind of just like adding the meaning behind it. So collage and photos mostly. I kind of was just like, wear something you'd wear to your uncle's house for dinner, and we're just gonna go hang out and I'm gonna take pictures of everybody, and it's just gonna be just like pictures of these women because they have this program that they're working on and we have something to like document. But I think why I wanted to do this shoot the way that I did it was because I would look back on pictures of my friends and family and the art that I've created kind of unknowingly, and I looked at it and I was like, I want to document this period of time with Mi Latinidad. I want to have a moment of like, this is who these girls were and this is what they were doing and this is where they were doing it, but with an essence of like spontaneity, I guess, because if you look through your family's photo albums, it's just like people hanging out, making dinner, walking around, doing whatever everyone's doing whenever you're hanging out with your family. But it's like a beautiful window into a moment of somebody's life of just like a loving time, you know? Even if you're looking back on it with rosy retrospection, it's like, oh, I had a connection with these people, and like the pictures might make it a little bit sweeter than it actually was, but it doesn't matter because it's so nice to look back and see who you were and see what you were doing at a time period, especially with those people. It's fun. So that started, I guess, years ago technically. During COVID, once we like fully shut down, my family was very serious about not going out. So I genuinely stayed home from like March 15th until like I moved out to Chicago in August. So I was just home and I was like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my time? And I was trying to reflect on like, I am an artist. How am I an artist? What do I want to do as an artist? And then I was like, well, let me reflect on what I do with my life and where I have joy and then invest into those moments. And I found that my bedroom was kind of a huge collage in itself. I just had all of my pictures of my friends and of like, just like things that I've cut out from something, notes that people have wrote me, like little like souvenirs. I would like sticky tack them to my walls and stuff, and I would move them around and make them look aesthetically how I wanted. And so during COVID, I just kind of was like, all right, well, I have Beyonce's September 2018 issue of Vogue, where she was the cover, and Tyler, I forget his last name, but the first black photographer of a cover shoot of Vogue. So I went through that magazine and I just pulled all of the green bits and I put it on this corkboard that my mom brought home from like the garbage at work, and it just was just very fun because it was creative. I had full control, but I was also like not in full control because you're working with things that are from a magazine. So this is somebody else's vision that I'm like revisioning. And I think that that's kind of what life is. Art is a reflection of life, and I think life is kind of like putting all these pieces together in a way that might make sense, hopefully. But collaging was just kind of an outlet that was satisfying and easy. Not easy, but like natural, I guess. I had inspiration in front of me. I picked what I loved and what I thought was interesting, and I put them together in a way that I hope is interesting. And it's also very like accessible. Like I can have my friends over and put my huge pile of magazines on the table and we can all make something, but it'll always be different. And I think it's just full of opportunity and it's very fun. And I have an X-Acto knife now, so it's like extra easy. Sure. Consuming art. I love I guess everything has double meaning and there's always more meaning if you want to search for it, but I love those paintings that like you look at it and you look at it again and it's something different, or you experience something and it's different. It's like reading a book twice. That's my favorite, but of course I think that's like kind of everybody's, right? Like that's like a category of good art if you will. But as far as creating art, it's very feelings driven. So like that first collage I did of like that Beyonce photo shoot, that's what I guess I'll call it. I was feeling just down in the dumps because I was home all day. I was supposed to be moving to Chicago soon. I was like not working, not seeing my friends, living with my family, which was kind of hard because they're not easy to live with, although I love them. So I realized that I was spending a lot of time in my backyard just like staring at my plants and like just like taking in all of that green, all of that like life and just like growth. And I was seeing it happen. Like every day I would go in my backyard and I would be like, oh, there's a new leaf on that vine. That's crazy. I didn't know that. And so I found that I like was starting to fall more and more in love with the color green and the emotion that green held, which was like life and growth and just kind of also chaotic, because like plants is nature and nature is ruthless but also takes what it needs and nothing more. And I thought it was like an interesting balancing color, and I saw on the internet somewhere that green is the only color you can stare at and not get tired of. So I think that's true. So color, I guess just feeling. My next projects are about like love and being in love, like romantic love specifically. I took 1,000 pictures of the clouds in Alaska, and then I came home and I was like looking through them recently and realizing like that's what a visual representation of like romance looks like sometimes. It's like all the swirling like colors, and sometimes they're big and fluffy, and sometimes it's like a rain cloud, and like sometimes it's like a mix and the skies are colliding and all of the feelings are happening at once. And I think that my collages are a way of expressing a feeling, but like mood board vibes, you know? So I want to elevate it and take it to the next step versus just a mood board, right? Which is in essence what it is, but like a mood board, getting more and more focused, I guess. Okay, good question. I'd like to continue consuming art and just continuing to like let what I create flow out of me. As an artist, as a creator, I would like to just continue to allow myself the space and time currently to just make anything and see where it goes. I'm at a beginning point, I guess, that I don't know, I'm not like ready to dream for my art collages to be shown in museums or things like that, but if that's somewhere that it leads me in the future, maybe, then yes. But for now, I just want to take in things and learn more about what kind of art I do like to consume and what kind of art, and just see what more I can produce, I guess. I don't know, I'd like to see where it goes too. Goals though would just be to meet other artists like me and find other developing spots where I can like actually cultivate this and see where I can actually take it, you know. The best advice I've been given was, this is kind of out of left field, but my principal in middle school and elementary school, her name is Sister Elizabeth Nunn. I went to Catholic private school because my mom worked there. She, every morning she would say, let the Christ in you reach out to touch the Christ in all you meet. And that's a very Catholic way of saying, I don't know, let love find other bits of love in your life and allow those connections to be made, and don't force them and don't fight them because it's inevitable. And I think we're all connected that way, so it's possible if you let yourself. And I think that has led me to incredible relationships with friends and family, and I think hopefully that'll lead me in the right direction career-wise so that I can do things. But I think being able to find the people that bring me joy and find the, acknowledging the love and joy that it passes by you in your life, I think is very important. Being a Latina in this day and age in this country just means family connection. Because I can walk up to somebody in my store and someone will come to me and they'll be like, oh, you're Latino, where's your family from? And I'll be like, okay, here we go, let's do the whole thing. So I think it's familial connection, because we are connected, right, by our Latina-ness, and our Latin identities are different, but I think it's something that is an easy connector to family.